Hey, what are you doing?
Making a sample board of the two options for stain for the tables.
So I get to come out and look in a second?
Yeah, Provincial.
Provincial.
That, yeah. Or honey. At least I can pronounce that one right.
You look skinny.
Nice.
Maya is building our new kitchen table and like this long skinny island table for the kitchen, and we're playing around with some different stain options. So I know somebody will ask, we had this really big beautiful kitchen table which he also built, and I loved it, and we're not getting rid of it. We're actually putting it out in the shop when we build the shop. He built that in a hurry, and it basically had like a lot of seams on the top. We have a lot of kids. Yeah, it stayed pretty yucky. So he decided a while ago that he was gonna redo the top. Well, then when we redid the kitchen, we changed the layout a little bit. We need the table to be more narrow, less wide. So that's gonna become kind of the shop table, and we're building a new kitchen table for in here. So you can see we're kind of getting the living room back together. Still gotta paint the trim in here. It's coming together. Oh, I gotta show you all my sign. I bought this at, I cannot think of what the place is called. Small Wood, something like that, Small Woods. I'm gonna hang this so it has the arrow pointing to fresh produce. And I'm gonna hang it above the hutch here where it's gonna be pressed up against the wall. So the arrow's gonna point out here. Get it? Fresh produce pointing out there to the garden. Well, I thought it was clever. Today is absolutely an evening coffee kind of day. Do you ever have those? Sweet Maya has the kids outside right now while he's working, because I've been working on my computer. And this is sort of like an unofficial announcement. I'll make a really official announcement later, but some people have found it on Amazon, and so I've been found out. And well, I'll just show you. Yeah, so that's been happening, and it's on pre-order now. And I'm really excited. And I am like to the tail end of turning in the final manuscript for this thing. So when you see Jeremiah doing a lot of things this week, it's because I am locked up in my bedroom, drinking an obscene amount of coffee. Don't worry about me though. My trusty dog is staying ever by my side. Right, Bear? Right, Bear?
Got him.
Oh my goodness. Jeremiah got a replacement. His 4-year-old salt gun, which has killed many flies.
Model 1.
The first model, he's replaced it.
This is 3.0, and it comes with the attachment. So, you know, best thing about guns is being able to modify them, aftermarket parts. This is got a laser pointer, so I know exactly where I'm about to hit. I've killed more flies today with this bad boy. I did all 4 years.
That is not true. We did not have that many flies in our house today.
I'm leaving the doors open.
Oh no, you're not.
All the flies in.
So that's a salt gun. Okay, backstory. Sweet Maya, bless him. He has taken it as a personal life's purpose to wage war against the flies inside our house. We live on a farm. Flies inside the house is just a real thing if you live on a farm, and especially if you have kids that leave the door open, which we do. So Maya was always he had his fly swatter, and he would be hunting flies in the house. So one day I walked in and I saw these salt guns on closeout at Sam's. I don't know, it was like $14. And I thought, that is so Jeremiah, and I kind of bought it as a joke. I didn't think it was gonna work that well. Well, it still stands if you ask him what his favorite gift I've ever given him is. It's not the things that I put my heart and soul into, it's the salt gun. His loved that salt gun, and it broke last week, and he immediately ordered a new one, and it came today. And you notice he was outside working on stain, and then I turned around and he's in here shooting flies. He just can't help himself. All right, what are the options?
Well, this is the Jacobean.
Jacobean.
Yeah, that one.
At this point, you're just doing it on purpose.
I talked with Ben today, and he said, "Seems he's like I would pronounce it Jacobean." I agree. I don't see how you get.
No, except for history. This has been an ongoing thing.
Listen, Dr. Witchies. Don't even come at me sideways. Witchies, Jockleby. We are one and the same. Okay, the other, so this is the kitchen shelves. I just happen to have this extra shelf. This is Preventical.
Maya.
I'm sorry, I meant to say it right and I came out the same way. I'm not joking, alright? It was like, I'll say it right for her and then I came out my way. Provincial? That sounds wrong. Let's just go
Look at the.
Okay, look. P-R-O, pro, V-I-N-C-I-A-L. Provincial. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I just like swapped the C in another letter. Whatever. Okay, this is your name, the one that you like. This is Honey.
Okay, so these are two on. Oh
Yeah.
man, they're really similar.
Yeah, when they get wet, this one obviously is darker.
I like the lighter one.
I figured you'd go with the one that's harder to remember. Provincial.
That's not that hard. You can do it, I believe in you.
Provincial it is.
I've been so excited to show you guys this. I don't know when the camera's gonna be able to pick it up. So every year, usually actually a little earlier than this, but everything's running late this year. I come out one morning and I will have thousands and thousands of dragonflies flying over my property. Can you see them? I had to wait for the light to dip back behind the trees so it would catch them and you'd be able to see them on camera. There are so many. I just turned on the watering system for a couple of the beds. They're looking pretty dry. It was a very hot day. Look at my blue butterfly peas starting to blossom there. So beautiful. Got some baby squash down there. Yay. The dragonflies are pretty cool. It's one of those things that like, it's really hard to pick it up on camera and show you. But anytime you're around a lot of anything in nature, it's always pretty awe-inspiring, and when the dragonflies come, it always just like strikes me as really amazing. Even like right now, I'm just watching them all around. I remember the first year that I lived here, and it was the beginning of July. They've never been this late before. It's usually around the 4th of July. I came out and saw them and was like, what is going on? And I've come to anticipate them. It was weird this year at the 4th. I knew everything else was running a little bit late. I think my whole garden and just the farm itself seems to be running about 2 weeks late. I guess, is it late? It's nature. It gets to do what it wants, define its own timeline. But I was like, oh, I really hope they come. So I woke up this morning and I saw that it was beginning, and it'll last for maybe less than a week. So, pretty neat. I really wish there was like a better way for me to be able to show them. There we go. So cool, there are so many. So talking about watering the garden, it is the middle of July in Arkansas, and our days are pushing 100 degrees right now, and it's not cooling off a ton at night. It's still staying pretty warm. And so there are some things that this time of year, they just begin to suffer no matter how much you water them. Like things like squash plants, cucumbers, gourds, they'll live. Even the okra, which loves the heat, starts to droop pretty well when it gets this hot. And you really can't determine if something's drooping because it needs water during the peak heat of the day. And I get asked this a lot, especially by new gardeners. And they'll just keep trying to water something, and you can't water the droop off of something when it's 100 degrees outside. It's just not gonna happen. So don't stress about that. Really, you need to observe your plants like in the evening and see if they're looking droopy. That's the best time to really decide if they need water. When it gets to be this point of the year, now up until this point I do not water on a schedule. I water very little because we get so much rain. But when it gets to the point that we're dealing with a lot of heat, I just try to water everything about every third day. Even if we get some showers, short showers, I try to do a really deep watering about every third day. And what that looks like for me, because I have drip tape, and in the past when I use soaker hoses, is just turning those on a really low speed, low drip for like a few hours. And that's what I like to do, so that the fullness of the bed gets saturated and those roots are going to be encouraged to go deep, and the soil that way is going to stay really saturated deep down. For those of you who might not have your head wrapped around watering yet, one thing that I really encourage you to do is water your garden as you normally would. Like if you're going to, sorry, something buzzing landed on my head. I don't like the way that feels. Like if you're going to, like how you normally water your garden, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is that you've been doing, running your sprinkler. And when you're ready to turn that off, go and dig down in the soil and see how deeply that actually watered your garden. Because it's really easy whenever, especially when it's hot outside, but anytime, to come out and water your garden and it looks saturated. Even there might be water pooling up on the surface of the soil. Like it looks like it's really saturated, but you need to wait a couple of minutes and then see, once that water soaked through and drained off as much as it's going to, how deep did it go? And it may be a little discouraging to you, to be honest. Like when I realized how little, you know, even just a heavy short watering did to actually saturate the soil, I was a little discouraged. I was like, man, this is going to take a long time. And that's where soaker hoses really come in well. If you can't do soaker hoses or drip tape, but you are battling heat, which brings about even more evaporation. Obviously, the heat of the sun on the soil, even if it is mulch, it can cause a lot of evaporation. Water your garden in the evening. Like this time of day right now, it's about 7 o'clock in the evening. Right now would be the time to do it for me, and that's when I do. I come out here and water it, because that way my water's not just immediately evaporating into the air. I'm actually getting the most for it. Look at my pretty blue jade dwarf corn. Isn't that lovely? Look how sweet and little it is. Starting to develop ears. I don't think it's going to get just a whole lot taller than this. I think it's supposed to be about 4 feet tall, so some of those are getting close to that. Is anyone else just absolutely cheering for this cuckoozy squash to just take over my pavilion? Because if you are, we are on the same team. Also, look at these zinnias. So lovely. Bear, leave it. Come on. There's a chicken. Only I get to chase the chickens in the garden. Y'all want to come in here and see our birdies? Hey guys. So they're all in here right now. We have been beginning to let them free range out in the woods, and if you see right up there, we're building a duck house and we're gonna move all the ducks out there. That'll help with the population in here, and also where we can actually give the chickens cleaner water. The ducks will have the creek and stuff out here, and we'll also put some pools out there for them. Hey little girl. Hey pretty girl. It's like she wants to be my friend, but she's just not quite sure yet. And look at this voluptuous ma'am. Hey there. So that is a cochin, a really, really pretty one. See her big fluffy pantaloons and feathery legs. And you can see she's young. The younger chickens are getting more mature though. They're about 4 months old now, so some of the breeds will probably start laying here before too long. That behind her is one of our Lucy's, one of the commercial hens that we got, the battery hens that we rehabbed. Look at how good she's looking. You can't ever tell she had a sad life before she came here. This guy is my white Moran's rooster. Isn't he beautiful? Look at those feathery legs. So he's got some really nice dark egg genes. And there is one of the Moran's hens. You can see her feathered legs as well, but she's a hen. See her pretty body shape. Oh, hey, Dr. Ennis. What's up, man? What's up, handsome man? I believe this one is a whiting true blue or a true green. They're a colorful egg-laying breed, but you can see those feathers on top of her head. They're bred from crested cream leg bars, so she'll lay a colorful egg. I'm not sure what she is exactly, but she's really pretty. Now those there in the middle, those are crested cream leg bars. You see their little feather foofs on top of their head. Hey, lovely. This is actually one of my friendlier chickens. You see how she has that little clipped tip of her beak? I'm not sure if she was born that way or if that came from her history at the egg factory, but she's pretty sweet. She lets me pick her up sometimes. And here's my little goose posse, which we have really tried to handle, but They still act like geese. Hey, don't be jerk. Just say no to being a jerk goose, okay? I was kind of thinking for the geese that I may possibly move them up where the gardens are in the back. I was free ranging the other ducks out there yesterday, and they did really just fine. As far as I can tell, there was not any damage and they seemed happy. But I was thinking about putting the geese up there. Geese are really commonly used for pest control. Have you ever seen those dishes that have like the blue and white check? Somebody will be able to tell me what they're called, but they have a goose and a strawberry on them, or strawberries and geese on them. That's kind of derived from the fact that geese are really commonly kept in strawberry patches because they're one of the few birds that will actually leave bright red strawberries alone and just eat the pests. And so I was thinking about maybe running them back there. And my thought is if I put them back there, maybe they'll get some more face time because we're in there a whole lot more. It's just easier to be in there. And so maybe that would be good. Thinking about it, not 100% sure what we're gonna do. Hopefully they don't turn into jerks. I am ready to get the ducks out of here though. Ducks make every waterer filthy, just like as soon as you change it out. This gets changed out every day, sometimes twice a day, and it's always brown. Hey bud, you found me? Oh, did you really just do that turnaround because you spotted the coffee? We'll turn for coffee, huh? Oh, you speak a big game. You holler at me now that I'm out of the yard. Can you all see the dragonflies?
Oh, go harvest the tomato.
You see all those dragonflies, Benny?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, huh?
Can we go harvest our tomatoes?
Yeah, we'll harvest them in a minute. I noticed earlier that a lot of my okra and stuff was drooping really hard, and I knew it had just been watered yesterday, so I wasn't too stressed about it. But coming out here this evening, it's already perked back up now that the heat of the day is off of it. You found a new tomato?
2 new tomatoes. One's right there. One's right here.
Yeah, let's leave those. They're not quite ready, and we don't have to worry about anything getting them in here. So let's let them ripen a little more on the vine. I want them to be super red. Oh, did you walk into a spider web?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that one you can harvest. We need to go weigh it.
Weight it?
Weigh it. Weigh it.
Weigh it?
Mm-hmm. We need to go find out how much it weighs. Hey, there's your pepper from yesterday. You can go toss that to the piggies.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the second fruit from the heirloom bed. We're gonna do some taste tests later, comparing the hybrids to the heirlooms and also comparing the inside grown tomatoes to the outside grown tomatoes. But as of right now, we're just starting to harvest, so I'm not too rushed on doing any of that. Oh wow, look at this. They're getting there. I'm probably gonna harvest all of these in the morning because they're pretty close, but I'm enjoying the luxury of being able to ripen things fully on the vine without worrying about chickens or squirrels or anything getting to them. I suppose squirrels could get in here, but they don't seem to be. I don't know if it's squirrels that get at my beds up in the front. I think it's mostly chickens, but it could be something else also. Still having a little bit of blossom and rot back here, but not too bad.
This one.
Here, I got some for you. For those of you wondering, yes, Benjamin and I come out and eat a bunch of garden food before dinner every day. Kind of spoil our appetite, but I mean, we're eating healthy. Grab that tomato and carry it inside, okay? Look at those pretty boys in the sun going down. Oh, and there's one more pretty boy. Are you back there smelling on those pigs? I'm gonna try to capture the dragonflies one more time. I really hope y'all are able to see them.
They're right there. Capture the dragonflies?
Yeah, I'm just trying to show them to our friends. They're so fascinating to me. That one acted like it was gonna land on my camera. That would have been perfect. You ready to go inside, Con? Let's go. You wanna go inside? Come on, let's go inside. Go on. Go ahead. Let's go inside. Well guys, this is where we're going to part ways for the evening. I love getting to share my cool dragonflies with you and all the other things too. Thanks for hanging out with me today. God bless you. Until next time.